Hello, my name is Drakenshield, and I'd like to welcome you to a new kind of video for me. This video is from my live stream earlier today, and as you can tell, I was doing Dire Maul Central Gardens. I'm leveling up a new warrior and that sort of thing. And this is where things get different for me. So I had a little interaction with a hunter. Now, you're not going to be able to see all the different bars, unfortunately, but the bar you do want to focus on is in the left, above my webcam. The very top bar, that is the hunter I'm going to be talking about. I'll even link their name. I'll actually not link, but I'll put a little blurb for their name here too. And this hunter decided that they were going to be in a pissy mood, and this video will end differently than you might expect. So at this point, we're just doing the standard stuff. We all grabbed our quests and are moving on to the first objective, which is to clear off the blueberries, which I think they did most of that while I was grabbing the quests. Now, any like see-through bars is people who aren't close by. So I went off on myself. There's absolutely nothing as long as they're careful about the big trees that will aggro them, as long as they're not playing like idiots. And I typically expect that the people I'm playing with have a modicum of intelligence and know what they're doing. But you can still see that there is nobody close by, and you can tell the hunter's taking damage. Well, the only reason the hunter might be taking damage is because the hunter's being an idiot and wasn't paying attention. So the hunter died. We're moving on. The whole group's here. The hunter's right now grumbling that nobody's protecting them. We're ignoring them as a group. We're just moving on. Hunter comes back into the dungeon and just watches health. We're still proceeding on as per normal. And just really, there's not a whole lot going on. But just keep watching the hunter's bar. He's still grayed out, which means he's not actually there. You're going to start seeing his health go down again right, I think, during this next pull. Or shortly after. There you go. I think his health just went down. Yeah, and there he goes. He died again. The only things to die to are 2 or 3 patrolling trees that patrol very slowly. Right now he's bitching and complaining in chat, which is covered up by my webcam, about how we're not coming back for him. Nobody else in chat is talking right now, at all. Nobody's responding to him, nobody's saying boo. He's basically just being an idiot and getting himself killed for no reason. So why, I don't know. I don't know exactly what was killing him. And I don't presume to know. At this point, he finally smartened up and isn't dying anymore. He's about to meet up with the group. This group in general is probably either noobs or people who are rather generally experienced, because nobody's paying attention to health bars but me. Nobody seems to care that people are being attacked and stuff. See, I see over there, oh, look, our healer is actually being attacked, and so I go over there, help the healer out, because that's what you do. Nobody else is. Nobody else seems to care. Now the hunter's finally joined us. The interesting part's not here yet. We're going to get to that. But since the WoW movie and with Legion's announcement, we're definitely seeing an influx of new players, which is fine. You're going to have noobs, and new groups are completely understandable. But even worse than new groups are these elitist players who've been playing for probably less time than I have. I've been playing since closed beta back in vanilla. But these people who seem to think that they're above having to be nice to people, they're above having to actually pay attention, that they feel like they steamroll all content, any content. And for the most part, in a lot of cases, it's true. But they have these assumptions that other players are going to react to their stupid maneuvers as if it doesn't matter. Like, see, again, they're just walking away from moms. They're constantly doing this in this run, and we're almost actually at the part. It's actually the archer with the bear that you're about to see. But we'll continue after that because what keeps going is what was interesting. So at this point, I'm kind of... I don't like it when other players pull my mobs. I really don't like it. Especially when I'm playing a class I know can't handle it. My Paladin can always handle AoEs. My Warrior, not really. Thunderclap has a long cooldown, and Revenge isn't the greatest. Like, again, they just left me alone to take care of the mobs while they move on. So they're not trying to let me tank at this point. You're about to see, watch on the right-hand side, see that mage, he just blinked. He's going to go pull not only the boss, but several more mobs. And I said, fuck it. You might even see my lips move. I'm going to let the mage die. Unfortunately, what the hunter does is the hunter starts pulling, and I realize this. The mage ice blocks, and the hunter gets killed. There you go. The hunter gets killed because the mage basically pulled. And I can't grab all that right away. My Thunderclap's on cooldown. Again, my Thunderclap's on cooldown. I'm popping cooldowns. The healer's barely keeping me up. At this point, the hunter's bitching that I didn't tank it, that I didn't grab everything. If I were to have rushed in right away and not waited those extra couple seconds before I jumped in, my Thunderclap would have actually grabbed even less enemies. So I didn't have much choice but to wait till they actually grouped up a bit more, which sucks, but that's just how it works. I am very limited on my AoEs. So the hunter's just bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching. I assume that the hunter pulled, and I'm typing to the hunter right now, telling them that they shouldn't have pulled it, but it was actually the mage, which is why this is going to be even more relevant. Now, the character's name, like I said, I will have posted on the top left here, probably for the entirety of this run. But so far, it's whatever. The hunter's still bitching. I think I'm also typing to my younger brother, so I'm a little bit distracted. But it's really dumb what they continue to do. Now, when you pull this boss, whatever left of the big tree guys starts coming down from the top. Now, you're about to see right when this guy dies, I'm stunned or rooted. I can't remember which. I am rooted, so I can't move. I am completely stuck where I'm at. The healer on the right is currently being killed. The healer is dead. I'm rooted. I can't do anything to help him. The hunter is also dead. I'm not sure actually what killed the hunter. Probably his own idiocy. Again, I'm rooted, and I was telling the healer, I'm rooted. I can't. And now the healer's bitching that nobody's rezzing him, and I'm like, mass res, and everybody doesn't have mass res anymore. So because I told the healer that the reason I'm not rezzing them is because mass res isn't a thing, and he's like, well, you're not going to wait for the healer, and I'm like, no, I'm going to wait for you. So I'm right now telling them that mass res isn't a thing anymore, so I can't res you. The mage can't, the hunter can't, and I can't remember what the last class we had was. So I'm obviously going down the path. The hunter and the mage and whatever the other class was is currently driving down, clearing out the whole thing, as you can tell. And the healer is like, is saying what, you're not going to wait for me. Now my response is, yeah, I'm going to wait for you. Yeah, I'm going to wait. And so I'm not hurrying. I could heroic leap to catch up to them or whatever. I'm going to let them basically sink or swim on their own at this point, because the healer has asked for people to wait. He's losing XP on the run. He doesn't want to risk losing quest rewards. And these guys are just powering ahead as if it doesn't matter. So as you can tell, I'm just going to hold by the periphery and watch and wait and let the healer catch up. As per the healer's request, and I'm respectful to the other players I play with in that regard. So we're about to get to that point, as we're right near the end of the video. So I'll quickly end it here. What you're about to see is exactly why elitist players are assholes, and I'm going to put this person on blast. So I'm not fighting, because the healer requested that people wait for him. So another player wants XP. That's fine by me. It's a respect thing. So I'm going back to the entrance to wait for the healer. So because of that, because I gave the healer respect, look, suddenly I zone out. Why am I zoned out? They kicked me from the group. So at least 3 of them, which is probably the 3 DPS, kicked me from the group for 2 reasons. One, Well, doesn't matter. But that's my video. Make your own judgments.